I swear, I'll love you forever, Ethan whispered, fingers tracing lazy circles on my wrist. I laughed softly. Forever? You can't even plan next week. He grinned. Then I'll plan forever with you. Back then, I believed him. Every word, every look, every half-truth. I was 19 and stupidly sure that love could fix everything. When he told me about the party, I almost cried from happiness. You'll finally introduce me? Of course, he said, eyes gleaming. You'll see. Everyone will love you. I spent hours picking the right dress, blue, his favorite color. But when we arrived, something felt off. People stared, whispering. Ethan clinked glasses with his friends, confident and charming, while I hovered behind him like a shadow. A tall girl smirked. And who's this? Ethan hesitated. This is a friend. A friend. The word sliced through me. I forced a smile. Hi, I'm just a friend. He shot me a warning look. Don't be dramatic. When laughter rippled around us, I excused myself and went to the balcony. My hands shook. I could still hear him inside, laughing like nothing happened. He followed me a few minutes later. Why are you sulking? I'm not sulking. I'm humiliated. He sighed. You're overthinking. These people don't understand us. Then make them understand, I snapped. Call me what I am. His jaw tightened. You know I can't. My father, I cut him off. Your father doesn't control your mouth, Ethan. He rubbed his temples. Can we not do this tonight? Please. I stared at him, searching for the boy who used to hold my face like it was fragile glass. He was gone, replaced by someone who looked through me. Tell me the truth, I whispered. Am I a secret? He looked away. It's complicated. My chest felt hollow. No, it's cruel. We stood there in silence, city lights flickering below us. The music inside grew louder, drowning my thoughts. Finally, I said, you don't have to hide me, Ethan. I'll hide myself. I walked past him, the scent of his cologne burning like a memory I wanted to erase. That night, lying in bed, I replayed every word, every lie, dressed as love. I still tried to believe him. I told myself that maybe love needed patience, that maybe forever just started rough, but deep down, I felt it the first crack. And cracks always spread. I didn't know it yet, but that was the night I started losing him and the night I started finding me. Mia's voice cracked through the phone. You need to see this. What is it? I asked, still half asleep. Check Ethan's profile. Now. My heart dropped. I opened the app, and there it was, a picture of Ethan and a girl. Her name was tagged, Sophia Reynolds. His arm around her waist, his smile too familiar. The caption read, my everything. I stared at it until my vision blurred. When I confronted him later, he barely looked up from his phone. Ethan, who is she? He smirked. Sophia, why? Why? My voice broke. You're dating her? He shrugged. I wouldn't call it dating yet. It's new. I laughed, but it came out shaky. New? You told me you loved me last week. He finally looked up. Don't make this dramatic. Don't make this. I stopped myself. Do you hear yourself? You lied to me. I didn't lie. I just didn't tell you everything. I took a step closer. You didn't tell me you had a girlfriend. He sighed. Like I was a burden. You knew what this was, okay? My pulse roared in my ears. No, I didn't. I thought this was real. You thought wrong. His tone was cold, sharp. You knew I couldn't be public with you. Because I'm not good enough, right? I whispered. He didn't answer. Silence was louder than any words. I swallowed the lump in my throat. You used me. He stood up, pocketing his keys. Don't make me the villain. We had fun. Don't ruin it. Fun. That word made me want to scream. I forced a bitter smile. You know what's funny, Ethan? I kept defending you. Everyone said you'd hurt me, and I said they were wrong. I thought I could prove them wrong. He met my eyes for a second, guilt flickering, then fading. You should have listened. I nodded slowly. Yeah, I should have. I left before he could say anything else. My hands trembled as I walked down the street, headlights blurring through my tears. The night air was cold, biting at my skin, but I barely felt it. Mia called again. Are you okay? No, I said quietly, but I will be. What did he say? That I knew what this was. I laughed bitterly. Can you believe that? Mia cursed under her breath. He's trash, Ava. Don't you dare cry over him. I'm not crying. I lied. I'm done crying. For a long time, we said nothing. Just the sound of my footsteps echoing against the pavement. When I hung up, I looked up at the sky. The same stars Ethan once said reminded him of my eyes. They looked colder now. That night, under the streetlights, I made myself a promise, quiet but unbreakable. I'd never beg for love again. I'd never be someone's secret again. And one day, Ethan would regret ever making me feel small. Did you see what they posted? Mia's voice shook as she handed me her phone. I didn't need to look. I already knew. Let me guess. Another meme about me? Her silence said enough. I took the phone anyway. There it was, my face edited beside the words pathetic ex who couldn't take a hint. The comments were worse. She actually thought he'd marry her. Some people don't know their place. I exhaled slowly. They're creative. I'll give them that. Mia frowned. You shouldn't joke about this. Sophia's friends are going too far. And Ethan? I asked. What's he saying? Nothing. He's pretending he doesn't know. Of course he was. That night, I sat on my bed scrolling through every cruel comment until my eyes burned. Maybe they're right, I whispered to myself. The next morning, my manager called me in. Ava, your performance has been concerning. I nodded, voice weak. I've just been going through some things. Personal issues can't affect your work. We have to let you go. The words hit harder than I expected. Fired. Just like that. When I got home, Mom was waiting. I heard about Ethan, she said, arms crossed. You embarrassed yourself again, didn't you? Mom, please, running after a man who doesn't want you, she continued. When will you learn? I bit my lip until I tasted blood. I wasn't running after him. I loved him. Love doesn't make you lose your job, she snapped. Her words stayed with me long after she left the room. By midnight, I couldn't breathe under the weight of it all. Humiliation, anger, loss. I called Mia. Tell me I'm not crazy, I said. You're not crazy, she said firmly. You're hurt. I feel like I'm drowning. You won't drown, she whispered. You will rise again. I laughed bitterly. Rise? Mia. I can't even look at myself. Everyone sees me as the stupid girl who believed him. So what? She said. Let them talk. You'll walk past every one of them someday. I wanted to believe her. I really did. But when I looked in the mirror that night, I couldn't see strength or hope. Just a broken reflection of someone who trusted too easily and paid for it. Still, somewhere deep inside, a small voice whispered, not forever. I didn't believe it yet. But maybe, just maybe, Mia was right. The mirror didn't lie. My eyes were swollen, skin pale, and lips cracked from crying too much. Look at you, I whispered to my reflection. You became everything he said you were. Weak. My phone buzzed again. Ethan's name lit up the screen. I stared at it for a long moment before answering. His voice was casual. You okay? I laughed dryly. Now you care? I've always cared, he said softly. You're just making this harder than it needs to be. Harder for who? You? He sighed. Ava. Come on. You knew how things were. Don't do this guilt thing. Guilt thing? My hands trembled. You ruined me and can't even say sorry? You're overreacting. You need to calm down. Something inside me snapped. No, Ethan, you need to disappear. I hung up, blocked his number, and threw the phone across the bed. It landed next to a framed photo of us. I picked it up, staring at his face. You don't get to live here anymore, I whispered and dropped it in the trash. Mia called minutes later. You sound like someone just set fire to their past. Maybe I did. She laughed softly. Finally. Took you long enough. I'm done, Mia. No more crying. No more waiting for apologies that'll never come. Good, she said. So what's next? I looked around my messy room, clothes scattered, empty coffee cups, walls that had heard too many breakdowns. I'm cleaning up. My life, my space, my heart. That's my girl, she said. Want me to come over? No, I need to do this alone. After hanging up, I spent hours deleting everything: photos, texts, voicemails. Every click hurt, but with each delete, I felt lighter. When my phone was finally clean, I opened a blank document on my laptop and started typing. Day 1. I will never be someone's secret again. I stared at the sentence until the words blurred, then added more. I will stop chasing love. That hurts. I will learn to love myself louder. The clock hit a.m. when I finally stopped. My fingers ached, but for the first time in months, I felt steady. The next morning, I emailed my resume to every job listing I could find. By the end of the week, I got hired at a small marketing firm downtown. When I told Mia, she screamed through the phone. I knew it. You're rising, Ava. Maybe crawling first, I said, smiling. That still counts. A few days later, I sat in my first therapy session. The therapist asked, "Why are you here?" I said, "Because I'm tired of breaking for people who don't care." She nodded. "Then let's start there." That night, I wrote in my journal again. Each word is a brick. Each tear is cement. I was rebuilding not for him, not for revenge but for me. It had been a year since the last tear, the last sleepless night, the last time I said his name out loud. Life finally felt quiet. My mornings were coffee and music, not panic and overthinking. I'd learned how peace sounded until I stepped out of my office that Friday and saw him leaning against my car. "Ethan," he wore that same smirk that once melted me. "Hey stranger," he said. "You look amazing." I froze, gripping my bag tighter. "You shouldn't be here." "Why not?" He tilted his head. "I just wanted to see you. You lost that right a long time ago." He laughed softly, still sharp. "I missed that." "Missed what?" I asked. "The girl you lied to or the one you broke?" His smile faltered. "I know I messed up." "Messed up?" I stepped closer. "You didn't just mess up, Ethan. You destroyed me and walked away like it meant nothing." He sighed. "Sophia left me, okay? She said I was cold." I guess I was. "I didn't realize what I had with you until it was gone." "Of course," I muttered. "Now that no one wants you, you remember me. That's not fair." "Fair?" I almost laughed. "You think I owe you fairness?" He ran a hand through his hair, frustrated. "You were different, Ava. You cared." I didn't know how much that meant until I lost it. "I cared because I loved you," I said quietly. "But love doesn't survive lies." He looked desperate now. "Can't we at least talk? Have coffee, maybe?" "No, I'm not." "You're still angry." "I'm not angry," I interrupted. "I'm indifferent." "That's worse, isn't it?" He blinked, caught off guard. "Indifferent?" I nodded. "You don't matter to me anymore, Ethan. That's the part you can't stand." For the first time, he didn't have a comeback. He just looked small. "I never meant to hurt you," he said finally. "But you did," I replied. "And now, you have to live with that." He took a step closer. "Can't we start over?" I shook my head. "You can't start over with someone who's already moved on." He stared at me, as if trying to find the old version of me somewhere in my face. "But she was gone." "I wish things were different," he said softly. "Me too," I said. "But wishing doesn't fix what you broke." I walked past him, feeling his eyes follow me. The air felt heavy, but not painful. Mia called as I got into my car. "You sound weird." "What happened?" "The ghost came back," I said, and I didn't flinch. There was silence on the line, then her smile through her voice. "That's my girl." I looked at my reflection in the rearview mirror. My heart didn't race. It felt calm, steady. He was my past. I was my own present. The flowers started first. Every morning, a new bouquet on my desk. No note. But I didn't need one. I recognized the handwriting on the delivery slip. "Still him?" Mia asked, raising an eyebrow. "Who else?" I sighed. "He's everywhere lately. Emails, calls, fake coincidences. Block him again." "I did," I said, scrolling through another message. "Miss you. Let's talk." Mia crossed her arms. "He doesn't miss you. He misses control." "I know," I said quietly. "But maybe I want him to think he's winning." She frowned. "Ava, don't play with fire. Maybe it's time he burns." 2 days later, I saw him outside my building, leaning against a car like old times. "Ethan," I said flatly, "you're persistent." He smiled. "You didn't block me this time." "Progress? Maybe curiosity," I replied. "I just want to talk." "Coffee, maybe?" I hesitated, pretending to think. "Fine, 1 cup." We met at the cafe we used to haunt. The moment he walked in, I felt that old chill. He looked at me like I was something he could still own. "You look incredible," he said. "New job treating you well?" "Very," I said, sipping slowly. "It's nice being appreciated." He leaned forward. "You know I never stop thinking about you." I smiled faintly. "Really?" "Between Sophia and whoever came after." He flinched. "That's not fair." "Oh, I think it's fair." His voice softened. "I was stupid. I lost someone real." "You lost someone naive," I corrected. He chuckled. Still sharp. "I missed that." "Stop saying that," I said. "You miss control, not me." He looked offended. "That's not true." "Then prove it." "Leave me alone." He shook his head. "I can't. You're different now. Stronger. It's addictive." There it was, the truth hidden in his tone. I wasn't his love story. I was his challenge. So you like this version of me because you can't break her? I asked. He grinned. Maybe. I leaned back. Then let me give you something to remember. He looked intrigued. What's that? The version of me who plays better than you. He blinked. What do you mean? I smiled. You'll find out. For the rest of the meeting, I let him talk about regret, about missing us, about how lonely he was. I nodded, smiled, even laughed once or twice. I watched him relax, believing every word I said. When he walked me to my car, he said, "It's good to have you back." I looked him dead in the eye. You never had me. He didn't understand what I meant yet, but soon he would. That night, I told Mia, he thinks I still care. She groaned. And you let him? Yes, I said, because now, he's playing my game. It started with an office rumor. Hey Ava, my coworker Jenna whispered during lunch. Did you hear about Ethan Carter? The guy you used to date? My stomach tightened. What about him? He got fired. Something about HR complaints and Sophia Reynolds. I froze. Sophia? Yeah, she said. Apparently he dumped her and spread rumors that she was unstable. Total mess. For a moment, I couldn't breathe. The image of the perfect couple shattered in my mind. He'd done it again, used someone until she broke. That night, I got a message from an unknown number. It's Sophia. Please don't block me. I need to talk. I hesitated, then typed back. About Ethan? Her reply came fast. Yes, please. I can't do this alone. We met the next day at a quiet cafe. She looked nothing like the confident girl from social media. Her eyes were red, hands trembling around her cup. I know you hate me, she said. I don't, I replied. I hated what you represented. She nodded. He lied to both of us, didn't he? From the beginning, I said softly. He made me feel small. I guess he made you feel crazy. Tears slipped down her cheeks. He told everyone I cheated on him. I lost my job. My friends stopped talking to me. He did the same to me, I admitted. Different story, same outcome. She let out a shaky laugh. He's good at pretending, isn't he? The best, I said, but not good enough anymore. She looked up, her voice trembling. I have proof. Messages, recordings. He bragged about manipulating women. I kept everything. My pulse quickened. You kept them? Yes. I wanted to forget, but I couldn't. I need to stop him. I leaned forward. Then let's do it together. Her eyes widened. You'd help me? I'm not helping you, I said. I'm helping the version of me who didn't get the chance to fight back. Sophia smiled weakly. I thought you'd hate me. I did once, I admitted. Now I just see someone who survived the same war. We spent hours sharing stories, every lie, every manipulation, every wound he left behind. By the end, we weren't rivals anymore. We were witnesses. As we left the cafe, Sophia whispered, "What do we do now?" I looked at her and said, "We tell the truth. Not for revenge, for closure." And for the first time, I actually meant it. Sophia's hands trembled as she spread the papers across my table. Here, messages, screenshots, voice notes, everything. I leaned closer. He really said this? She nodded. They always come back, he told his coworker. They're addicted to the attention. I clenched my jaw. He doesn't deserve silence anymore. Mia sat across from us, scrolling through her laptop. You've got enough to sink a ship. Are you sure you want to do this? Yes, I said. No more hiding. He used us to climb higher. Time to make him fall. Sophia whispered. He'll find out it was me. No, I said. He won't. I'll take care of it. She looked at me with tears in her eyes. Why help me? Because he hurt you the same way he hurt me, I said. We're not his victims anymore. The next day, I created a new email account, no name, no trace. I attached every file, every recording, and every message to an anonymous folder. My fingers hovered over the send button. Mia stood beside me. Once you click that, there's no going back. I exhaled. I don't want to go back. Then I pressed send. Within hours, it started spreading. A leaked folder titled "The Real Ethan Carter" appeared on every gossip page and company forum. Screenshots of his texts went viral. Recordings of him laughing about women he'd trained to behave circulated like wildfire. By morning, news headlines screamed his name. CEO's golden boy exposed in manipulation scandal. Multiple women speak out. My phone buzzed nonstop. Sophia texted, "It's everywhere." Mia called, her voice half shocked, half proud. He's finished, Ava. Fired. His company made a statement an hour ago. I sat quietly. Watching the chaos unfold on my screen, Sophia's father's name appeared in an article headline: "Legal action underway against Ethan Carter for defamation and emotional harm." Mia whispered through the phone. "You did it." "No," I said softly. "The truth did." A few days later, videos surfaced Ethan arguing with reporters, shouting that he was framed. People who once praised him unfollowed him overnight. His friends deleted photos. His colleagues avoided his name. Sophia met me again at the same cafe. She looked lighter. "It's over," she said. I nodded. "He built a castle out of lies. It was bound to collapse." She smiled faintly. "Do you feel better?" "Not better," I said. "Just clean. Like breathing after a storm." Later that night, Mia came over with takeout and 2 bottles of cheap wine. "So," she asked, "do you feel satisfied?" I shook my head. "Not satisfied. Free." She smiled. "That's better than revenge." "Yeah," I said quietly. Because this wasn't revenge. It was truth. Outside, the city lights flickered like tiny flames, but there was no fire in me anymore. Just calm. For the first time in years, I wasn't afraid of him. I wasn't his secret, or his mistake. I was simply free. The pounding on my door started just after midnight. "Ava." His voice was rough, slurred. "Open the damn door." I froze for a moment, then sighed. I already knew who it was. When I opened it, Ethan stood there disheveled, eyes bloodshot, bottle in hand. "You ruined me," he shouted, staggering forward. "You destroyed my life." I crossed my arms. "You did that yourself." He laughed bitterly. "Don't act innocent. You sent those files." "I know it was you." "I sent the truth," I said evenly. "Nothing more." "Truth?" He scoffed. "You call betrayal truth? You betrayed yourself, Ethan. I just stopped covering for you." He slammed his fist against the doorframe. "Do you have any idea what I've lost?" "Yes," I said quietly. "Everything you didn't deserve." He took a shaky step closer. "I loved you." "No, you controlled me." "That's not true," he insisted. "You were the only one who understood me." I met his eyes. "Then why did you keep breaking me?" He looked away, mumbling, "I made mistakes." "Mistakes don't happen that many times," I said. "Choices do." He reached for me suddenly, hands trembling. "Please, just talk to me. We can fix this." I stepped back. "No, Ethan, there's nothing left to fix." His voice cracked. "You wanted revenge. Congratulations, you got it." I shook my head. "This isn't revenge. This is consequence." He stared at me, breathing hard. "You sound just like them. Cold, cruel." "Maybe," I said softly. "Or maybe I just finally stopped being your victim." He looked like he wanted to argue, but his voice broke instead. "I have nothing left." "That's what happens," I said, "when you take everything from others." Tears welled in his eyes. "You really hate me that much?" I felt a strange calm settle over me. "No," I whispered. "I don't hate you. I don't feel anything at all." He blinked, as if that hurt more than any insult could. "I just wanted you to see I'm sorry. I see a man who finally understands what he did," I said. "That's enough." He dropped the bottle. It shattered at his feet, the sound echoing through the hall. "Goodbye, Ethan," I said, and closed the door. On the other side, he cursed, then went silent. I leaned against the door, listening to the quiet. My heart didn't ache, it felt clean, almost light. That night, I didn't cry. I didn't shake. I just breathed, and when the sun rose, I knew the story of him was over. Sunlight poured through my new apartment windows, warm and bright. I ran my hand along the wall, smiling. "No shadows," I whispered. Finally, Mia's voice came from the doorway. "Still can't believe you actually did it. New place, new title, new life." I grinned. "Promotion feels good. My boss said I've set a new standard." "Imagine that," she laughed. "From heartbreak to high heels and spreadsheets. Who would have guessed?" "I did," I said. Eventually, Sophia arrived moments later, carrying coffee. "For the reclaimed," she said, raising the cups. I smiled. "Our unofficial therapy club." Mia clinked her cup against mine. "To surviving men who thought they owned us," Sophia smirked. "To proving we never needed them." We burst out laughing, loud and free. The sound didn't echo like it used to, it filled the room. After they left, I sat by the window with my journal. The pages were full, words from every night I refused to break. The phone buzzed beside me. Mia again. "Hey," she said. "You've seen the posts." "What posts?" "Ethan's trending again. Someone filmed him yelling at a reporter." He looks rough. I sighed. I figured he would. You don't sound surprised. I'm not, I said. He's still trying to fight consequences he created. Mia hesitated. Do you want to see it? No, I don't need to, I said simply. His life isn't my story anymore. She chuckled. You've really changed. I had to, I said softly. I spent too long waiting for closure from people who didn't care if I healed. After we hung up, I looked out the window again. The city felt different, less threatening, more alive. Sometimes, I still saw his name online, people gossiping about his downfall. I didn't smile. I didn't gloat. I just turned off my phone and kept writing. Entry 372. I'm not who I was. I no longer need to be chosen. I choose me. The pen moved easily, like my hand already knew the truth. Later that evening, Mia texted, dinner tomorrow? Celebrate your freedom properly. I replied, sure, but no toasts about Ethan. Deal. I laughed quietly, closing my journal. I wasn't the girl who begged to be seen anymore. I was the woman who made peace with her scars and learned how to live beyond them. And for the first time, I didn't need anyone's permission to be whole. The night was quiet, the kind that made the city feel softer. I'd just finished grocery shopping, milk, tea, and flowers for the kitchen window. Simple things, peaceful things. Then I saw him. Ethan stood by the corner under the flickering streetlight. His hair was longer, face hollow, clothes rumpled. He looked like a ghost pretending to be human. For a second, I almost didn't recognize him. Then he said, Ava. My name sounded foreign on his tongue. I stood still. Ethan. He swallowed hard. Didn't think I'd ever see you again. I didn't think about it at all, I said. He gave a sad smile. You look different. Happy? I asked. He nodded slowly. Yeah, happier than I've ever seen you. Silence stretched between us, heavy but not painful. I wasn't afraid of it anymore. He stepped closer, eyes glossy. You won. I tilted my head. What did I win? He looked down. Everything I lost: peace, reputation, people. You got all the things I destroyed. I sighed. I didn't win, Ethan. I healed. He blinked, as if the word itself cut deeper than anything I could have said. I used to think you'd come back different, I said quietly. That maybe one day, you'd apologize and mean it. But now, I realize it doesn't matter. His voice cracked. I was stupid. I thought love meant control. I thought you'd always come back. I did, I said softly. But not for you, for myself. He looked lost. Is there any way back? Any chance to fix it? I shook my head. No, you can't fix what you never valued. He rubbed his face, shoulders trembling. You're right. I ruined everything. I felt no anger, no satisfaction, just quiet understanding. You didn't ruin everything. You just ruined us. I built something better. He laughed weakly. You really are stronger now. I had to be. The wind shifted, carrying faint music from a nearby bar. I adjusted my bag and stepped past him. Goodbye, Ethan. He turned toward me. Will you ever forgive me? I paused. I already did. That's why I'm free. I walked away, leaving him under that same flickering light, the one that once watched me cry. It felt poetic, full circle. I didn't look back. Some ghosts don't deserve an audience. I wasn't his secret, his obsession, or his mistake anymore. I was his karma, and my own redemption.